Hi, my name's Anthony Molyneux. I'm the CIO of the University of Newcastle. 4 key drivers of transformation. Technology was one of the key drivers. We just moved to a new cloud implementation. People drivers was another key driver. We have to increase the capability and maturity of our people within our team and make them more contemporary in the marketplace. Strategy, obviously a key driver. We just released the new Looking Ahead strategic plan. We needed to align our operating and delivery model to that new strategic plan and process. We had a lot of inefficient processes and we had to look at our processes and drive some more efficiencies in terms of delivery and time to market. The key opportunity was that we're able to show our staff a new operating model of the future and a way in which to increase their value in the marketplace. In addition to that, we were able to focus on processes that were antiquated and old and improve our time to market for the business.
My name is Janine Waters and I am the Head of Consulting at BDO in Sydney. An operating model is all about aligning an organisation's strategy with their people, processes and technology. Often, over time, these elements become misaligned and organisations may realise that in fact their processes, their systems or their ways of working are no longer delivering on their organisations or their customers' needs. Transforming an organisation's operating model is really about taking that step back to think about what's working, what's not working, and starting to think about how you can deliberately align the elements to ensure you're able to deliver on the organisation's objectives. The University of Newcastle's IT services took the time to step back and think about really what they wanted their IT operating model to deliver on. They developed a very contemporary approach to providing services to their key stakeholders. They identified at the core of this change were their academics, customers and students, and they really looked at how they could develop a model that allowed their resourcing to flex up and down to meet those needs. The result was a very outcomes-driven approach to IT service delivery. As a starting point, they took a really customer-centric approach to understanding what was currently being delivered by IT services. They consulted widely with their key stakeholders to really understand what those key pain points were, and then they developed an operating model that was really about aligning to resolve those key pain points. They oriented their resources, their processes and their governance frameworks to ensure that not only could they deliver on the needs of the customers that they were trying to solve for, but that they could continuously improve and shift so that they met those needs over the longer term. BDO supported the university through a whole range of activities throughout this operating model redesign, from helping set strategy to the overall planning, looking at risk management throughout the course of the delivery, supporting in change and communication, and we did a lot of work around really understanding what they wanted that future culture to look like and how they could bring that to life through the recruitment processes as they made this dramatic shift in the way they deliver on their IT services.
Hi, I'm Jackie Mottram. I'm the Manager for IT Strategy and Communications here at the University of Newcastle. For us, it's really culture first. The structure and the operating model is really just the way we organise ourselves to live the culture. Real transformation can't happen without the right culture. By far the biggest impact has been our move into the design building, commonly referred to as D-Space now. We use the target culture actually inform the way that we designed the building. So you'll see lots of different types of spaces, a lot of collaboration spaces, social spaces, more meeting spaces, and also no one has an assigned desk, so it really utilises the space well. The physical nature of the building has driven a way of working which truly supports the target culture. We held a number of culture sessions with our staff. We had the majority of staff attend those, really to talk about what does culture mean to them. Following feedback from staff, we identified the right behaviours to come up with our new culture statement, which is really outcomes focused. Culture was also important for us through the recruitment process, so we made sure that was one of our key selection criteria. We have a significant staff-led culture program that is really helping to implement our target culture statements. We had a working group of people that were really culture champions, and they've implemented a number of things such as activities, rituals that people are incorporating into their day-to-day lives to really live the culture. We'd successfully trialled new ways of working in pockets of initiatives, and then we use that to inform our new ways of working. One of the key opportunities about working at the university is having direct access to our students. And part of the design of the operating model is actually to bring students in working within IT so they can help inform the solutions that they actually use.
The most important aspect for me has been flexibility. The university has been very accommodating in understanding my needs as a student, and so it's been very easy for me to find that perfect balance between work and study.
So I'm Grant Saxon, I'm the Office Managing Partner for BDO in Sydney. Well, any transformation project is going to be complex by its nature and is going to involve a lot of people. So the IT services team within University of Newcastle is a complex beast in itself. So for us, our approach to these things is always to be authentic, and one of our values is to be human. So that's really how we've approached the whole project, and I think that's one of the reasons why it's been successful. So BDO is essentially a relationship firm. We form relationships with our clients, we form relationships with other stakeholders in the community, and to us, we would approach any job like this, any project like this from a relationship perspective. So it's important for us to know the people that we're dealing with, know the outcomes that they want to get out of it, and really that's what drives the way that we do business and the way that we've managed this project.
Transformation can't exist without our most important asset, and that's our people. So we were determined from the outset that this was really a staff-led transformation. From the start of the transformation, people were invited to give feedback. We also had staff involved in a number of working groups, really workshopping, target state, scenario planning, things like that. As a result of bringing staff in through the process, we've really seen that people have embraced the transformation. Drop-in conversations were made available to all staff throughout the process so they could understand, the drivers for change. As a result of the change, we've actually had the structure filled 80% by internal staff, which has been really good to be able to provide opportunities for staff members to increase or expand their skill sets.
We take a values-based approach to a lot of things that we do within BDO. So whether it's dealing with issues that we face within the firm, whether it's dealing with issues with our clients, if you can approach it through the lens of your values, typically you'll get a much better outcome. So our values, particularly values around being human, are really important to us. And if we can do that with our clients and if we can align, well, we are going to get a good outcome for a project. And in this case, I genuinely think that's what happened.
So when I engage with a partner, I look for three things: skin in the game, alignment to our goals, and passion. BDO were actually able to deliver on all three fronts. They drove from the ground up and kept oversight from a strategic perspective coming from the top. Universities are expected to experience significant benefits from this transformation. Not only will we be able to have greater time to market, improved agility and flexibility in our delivery model, we'll also be able to align more closely to our strategic objectives, delivering an enhanced and enriched personalised experience, as well as delivering a better community outcome through our research and support of our researchers.
Given the complexity of the engagement, the last thing we wanted to do was to throw a whole lot of people at an issue to try and solve it. So we had a small core team that was working with the stakeholders at the University of Newcastle, and that way they were able to align the outcomes that were needed and align the approach. And we find that if we do that one-on-one or small team to small team, we'll get a much better outcome. I think transformation by its very nature is something that's not set and forget. So we will continue to be part of the transformation of the organisation into the future. For that to be successful, we need to have an ongoing relationship with the University of Newcastle, and that's really the way that they will get success out of this project.
Hi, I'm Ben Patey. I'm the Associate Director for Solutions Group within ITS.
Hi, my name's Jimmy Riley. I'm the Manager of Solution Architecture within the Solutions Group. Ben is my boss.
Look, I think we're adapting to the change really well. We've got a bunch of new people that have come in, both students and senior staff, that are complementing the staff that have been successful in positions in the new model.
Change is hard. The team's working actively on enabling the change and embracing it. As we move through the process, we pick up new things that allow us to adapt and deliver quickly.
There's a lot of things that are being dropped, whether they be executive requests, priority activities. The new students, the younger staff, are actually jumping on those and in some ways not thinking about process or procedure. They're really adopting that get to yes model. And that's teaching us, that's teaching me as well, that that's the new mantra, the new rhythm that we need to adopt.
And that'd be because they're not aware that the change has actually happened yet. They sort of didn't have the old ways entrenched in their work practices and their life cycles. So
Exactly.
they were able to, they're actually leading us in a lot of respects through this.
It was incredibly important to get experience while working at university and studying. It gave me the opportunity to bridge the gap between the theoretical world of the university and the practical world of the workplace.
Some of the early results we're seeing are a streamlining of our governance processes. One of the things we're trying to do is take away or streamline some of the old committees and boards that we used to have to turn them into more enabling functions that do things like produce approved designs or patterns that developers can use in their systems without needing to go back through a governance process.
And I think a really good example of that, Jimmy, is some of the executive priority requests that we've seen come in that are actually being developed and doing a minimal viable product to actually deliver something back to the business, to the customer, to show that we're turning around and rapidly developing things for them. So we're seeing a lot of success there.
BDO had a small delivery team working hand in hand with the IT services leadership team throughout the course of this implementation. It has been truly amazing to partner with the university and to see the progress that this very innovative organisation has made.
It'll take time to mature through the operating structure. However, I'm really buoyed by the energy and the focus to our culture. I've already seen improvements in collaboration and delivery throughput, and I'm looking forward to them exploiting those value streams.